All right, we're assembling a Mind in Bloom from the Alpha Project. This is the pop-up, and what I'd like to show you here is I've defined these as two different axes. So there's the x-axis, and those are the pieces that are on this plane, this layer. So take a close look at the pieces on the x-axis. I guess it's kind of hard to see, isn't it, here? Those are the pieces on the x-axis. And then we're turning it over here, and this is the y-axis. Those are the pieces on the y-axis. And they're actually marked on the cut and score sheet. You'll see a little mark, x-axis, piece number 1. They're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as they go back. Okay. So we start with the center piece. This is X5, so that's number 5. There are 9 pieces, so 5 is in the center, and it actually says center on the die sheet. So this is the Y center piece. And the way this works is they just slide into each other. It'll go this way. There's the x-axis, the y-axis. And you'll see there's a little locking device here, so this has to slide up inside like this, and the locking device locks it in place. And the reason the locking device is there is to just hold it together. Because if you just had the 2 slots, these pieces would easily slide apart. So now that I have the X and the Y axis centerpiece in place, I'm going to go next with X6. That's this piece. That will go behind here, and so it goes right into the center slot. And for these, the 2 on the either side of the center don't have a locking device like this. It's a different type of locking device, and I'll show you how that works in just a minute. And a Y piece goes right here. These are a little bit tricky. You'll get used to how these slice forms work, but it takes a while, so go ahead and take your time. Okay, there they are. Now, this is the y-axis piece. This is y-axis number 6, so that will go behind the center. All right. Goes in from the top. And you'll see that little pieces like this sometimes are difficult to get down through the pieces of paper here, but you can do it. And then you see what happens is the 3 slots on this slide into the 3 slots on the X layer. And they can be a little bit tricky. If you don't get it just right, it won't slide in. There we go. Okay, so that slid in. And the Y4 piece is going to go in the front here. Once again, that little tab is a little bit difficult to get through, but once it does, there we go. Okay. And then those 3 slots go into those 3 slots. There you go. All right. Now, once you have everything in place here, there's some locking devices at the base. And you'll see this. Okay, you'll see this is on the Y part. This is the X piece. This is the Y piece. They slip into each other like that. Okay. See how that works right there? Flip it over. You have the same on this side. That actually acts as a locking device there too. Okay, then there's one more thing we need to do here. So this is a tab coming from, I think that's the X layer. Yeah, that's the X layer. Anyway, it's coming from the X layer, and it's going to fold over and go underneath those 2 pieces right there and glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that piece right there. It's a little tab right here. Where's my glue? There's the glue. Okay. So glue those two in place. And there's the same thing on the other side. Flip it over. There we go. Bit of glue on that, on the tab there. Push them together and there. You see what happened here. So the two different panels from the X layer and the Y layer glue together at the base here, and that also helps everything lock together. All right, so there's your basic structure. Okay, we're back. I'm not going to lie to you. Putting this piece together or assembling this piece is a little bit tricky, and it takes some finesse. I recommend building it 2 or 3 times so you can develop your own technique and figure out the best way to do it. And just remember that paper is flexible, so there are times when you have to bend the paper and twist the paper, and things get in the way. Just you'll find a way to make it happen. I promise you. Anyway, this is the fully assembled structure, and now we'll just assemble it into the page. On this base page, there are 2 slots in the page, A and B. And you'll see these 2 locking devices that come from the X-axis and the Y-axis, and they lock together here. These 2 fold over and become the tab that goes into the page. Okay, you fold it like this, and there's the tab. It's actually two tabs that go into 1 slot. So those are the 2 tabs that go into the A slot. All right, get them in there nice and snug. The piece will actually fold like this. Okay. Fold those 2 pieces over. Oh. There we go. Put those in place. Flip it over. And those are your 2 B slots right there. Fold those up. And this is a little bit tricky to put in place. Let me see the best way. It fights you. There we go. Once again, you want those tabs to go right to the fold in the slot. So the fold on the tabs meshes right to the slot itself. Okay, fold that over. Those are your B tabs. Make sure you adjust it a little bit just to make sure that all the pieces are within the page, and it's really close. You can see it's really tight how this pop-up fits within the page. There you go, glue those glue tabs down nice and solid. 30 seconds or so, and there you go. Remember, that is the X-axis, this is the Y-axis. Well, that's the back side. This is the front side here. There's the X-axis, and this is the Y-axis from the front. The A tab is on the left-hand side, the B tab is on the right-hand side. There you go. A mind in bloom.